We'll only be open for 3 years this coming July.
So if you figure 15 a year, or 17 a year, that's 40, 51? 59, well, 51, right?
Don't forget the renovation of the facility.
Then we put 30,000 in it to begin, for the build out, getting everything done. The original move over was 30,000.
Then we had to buy all the equipment.
No, the equipment that was all part of that
That
original
was part of
30.
that original 30,
Yeah.
yeah.
You
So
got
it's very close to $75,000, $80,000.
$80,000.
Could somebody rent that space then, as, if the township needs money? Could they rent that, like, as a little office?
That, in the library there?
No, the post office.
With the post office.
If
Would we
that's
rent
done.
that out? Probably not, because in the long run, that would cost us more. Because by that building going solely library, they're eligible for a lot more grants and stuff they can do by the building. So we've slightly held them back a little bit on stuff they can apply for, which never a complaint, never have they said a word. But there is an ability out there for them to go after other grants for that building when it's all library. So by actually renting that as an office space, no, that will never happen. If the post office leaves, I cannot foresee it. Anybody here, correct me if I'm wrong, that's not part of the library. Yes, Jim?
The other thing you would have to address if you rented that out would be the bathroom.
Yeah, I don't see any impact on that. I don't see
I would
it.
not be in favor of it. The only practical solution is it goes over to the library.
Yeah,
That
I
makes
just
sense.
don't see anything else going down there. Like I said, you know, there's 1,000 things we can sit here and talk about, but there's nothing gonna happen in the next 2 or 3 years that make this any different.
Well, no, Tim already told you if the revenues don't go over 100.
They're gonna look at it. But I don't know what that means by Tim talking. I have no idea, so.
We opened up the library, well, in May of '09, but we had our official opening in October of '09. And the post office is already open. Can you tell me when the post office first opened? I'm just curious. 'Cause then it would be-
Your library board was appointed before people from the post office were.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
yeah.
See, I wasn't.
Yes, they were. I was reading through some of the old minutes there.
The post office was open before the library.
I understand that, but that's, your board was in place first.
I started in September.
Okay, so when did you guys actually open?
4 years.
We've been open 4 years.
Then we're going on our 4th year. It's the same year.
I just wondered,
I think it's our third, isn't it?
We did open a year after this.
This is our third year.
We've been open 4 years.
It's gotta be on your 4th. You gotta be going into your 4th.
This is your
Well, we
fourth
made
year.
the kitchen for our training.
This would be the
library was there.
4th, Cindy, this would be the 4th budget that we've put together.
In
for
this
that
coming
budget.
July?
Coming through with, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so it's been.
I just wondered.
yeah. I think we're.
Yeah, I'd like to know too, because I'm sort of confused on that. Do you know, Deb?
It was a year after we took office, the last board. So it took
So
us
what
a
was the year?
To put it together. So this is our 4th year of you being open, going on.
Going on in 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My, how the time flies.
So, now, again, going back to even the letter that we sent, when we sent in for our rate increase, we gave them 120-day notice. That would not, January, February, March, April, that would not be till May or June. It'd be like the 1st of June that would be able to take effect. So that 120 days has got to be in before we make that decision.
To go over.
Right.
Well, we can make that decision now.
You can.
I would like to make a motion with the new information you brought forth from Tim, that we close the post office the next day after that 120 days, and we don't spend any more money on it.
Well, I would take it out, if you would, take that out to like June 1st.
Okay? I'll make a motion that we close the post office on June 1st.
I have a question on tabling this until Chris is here.
Well, that's,
You know, that gives, you know.
that is the other thing, and you understand, Chris is gonna be an advocate for this, and
And it's fair that.
hard to do this when she's not here. What I was gonna ask originally, Lonnie, and I won't stop you from doing what you're doing.
If it's a tie, then it don't go nowhere.
I understand that.
If it's not a tie, she doesn't change the vote.
Right.
But she may have something to say. I mean, all I was gonna ask for was put some deep thought into it and be ready to make a decision at the next meeting. That's what I was gonna ask for.
That's my motion.
Next meeting will be 29th.
So it's been motioned, is there a second?
Chris was here in a second, she's not here.
Let's wait for Chris, give her her opportunity. And that's out of just fairness for her to speak about this.
It should be a
I
fire.
already know exactly how she feels.
I don't.
Well,
I
you
don't.
can't say that
I
either.
don't.
I think.
So, people, that decision will be made at the next Monday night evening, which will be what, May?
29th.
No, it's gonna be the first, look, Lonnie, what is it? I can't see it.
May,
Is it the 13th?
22nd.
One of your glasses.
They're here, but I don't know to see how far.
May 14 is the second
The
Monday.
13th,
14.
14.
right?
No, I thought you were doing it at the April meeting. We don't have a second April meeting?
No, I'm gonna do it in a
Okay.
nightly meeting,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, yeah.
5:13. So there will be a decision made at that meeting.
Morgan, we have one other suggestion.
Fire
Um,
away.
Why can't we do some township work down there? Why can't we do like typing and stuff like that to help out up here? I mean, you have an assistant now, why can't we do some of that work?
I've got an assistant.
Don't you, I thought the gal came in, she told me she was your assistant, secretary gal, she works for you?
She's for everybody.
I think that was Tracy. Over here that takes the minutes.
No, who's it, tall dark haired gal?
I have a budget helper,
Well, maybe this
Lynn,
is.
she comes one day a week to
Well,
work and
can
help
we
with
do
the
some
budget.
stuff, I mean, can we do some of that down there? Or
Can you do
not?
my budget?
Sure, I'll give you a bunch.
I know you would. You know, Cindy, listen, I've thought about this in
I know you have.
every shape and form I can. Had we known last year, okay, and had the management been done right with the numbers and the budget and the book, and I was on the board and I didn't do it. But had we known we were $5,000 over, we could have laid you and Sally off for the win, put Teresa down there for a day, put meat in there for a day. We could have found a way to cover it. We didn't do
And I
it.
don't care, if it, I mean, I wouldn't care if I take a lay.
And I understand that, and it just, there's no way we're gonna get around 15 grand. That, I mean, I could get it down to that, I might even be able to get it done for 12.
That doesn't.
But
really
that
cut.
doesn't relinquish what this guy on the phone's telling me, if you don't hit 100, we're not happy with you. And we're gonna continue to cut this percentage. That doesn't fix that. I don't think that there's anything we can do, or I don't know a way, to take it from 67,000 to well over 100. We need to take it to 180 to be manageable.
Now, there's a lot of the little Coral post office, and some of those post offices don't even do that.
They're post offices, so
Yeah.
that's why they're 20 billion in debt. No, seriously, I mean, it's funny, but that's what it is. And that's,
$28 an hour too.
that's the problem, is you start some of this sometimes, and then nobody wants to end it.
Yeah,
Even though it makes sense that you have to, it's a very hard decision. This was an easy decision. I'd have done it the first day in December. It's not an easy
I
decision.
know, it's sort of heartbreaking for all the people that
It
do
is.
use it.
It is, and I took
And I mean,
phone calls.
we have people that aren't landowners that use it. We
I
have
know
Big
that.
Prairie, we have, a lot of other things.
Cindy, I wish we could
make
get
money
people,
on them, but I don't.
I wish we could get people from 20 counties to come use it and get us over that threshold. It's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen.
Should we have a bake sale?
You better make lots of cookies.
You can. Last but not least on our agenda is the discussion on zoning administrator. Now, we had worked on this for 2 months, prior to Don leaving, and I was working with Tina, and Tina was gonna take this job. Well, about